everybody, my name is Theresa Troutman and I am the writer of the Love's Great Adventure series, and today I'm going to be reading to you from book 1, which is Life's What You Make It. It's a story about a young English playboy whose life is spiraling out of control, and after a series of unfortunate events he finds himself transplanted in America, where he meets a most unexpected girl who is definitely not his type. But love works in funny ways. So today I'm going to read you from chapter 1 of Life's What You Make It. This is rated mature YA. There are instances of drug use, language, and sexual situations, so be warned. Book 2, Love This Life, is new adult, and book 3, which is London Loves, will be releasing on September 15th, and that is also new adult. So if you like what you read in book 1 and you want to continue the journey with Sebastian and Tess, you can check out those other 2 books. Chapter 1, The Boy Wonders. The bright sunlight peeked through the heavy burgundy curtains of the great room. Sebastian Irons felt the warmth of the sun on his face and squinted as he opened his eyes. For a moment he wasn't even sure where he was. A quick glance around the room told him he was in Alistair's flat. He looked down at himself, sprawled across the horsehair paisley sofa, wedged between Gemma and Astrid, the 2 leggy beauties he had picked up at the club last night. Gemma's messy blonde mane tickled his neck as she lay nuzzled in the nook of his shoulder. Astrid's legs were intertwined with his, and her right arm was draped across his stomach. Sebastian's suit coat was crumpled up on a ball on the floor, and his white shirt was unbuttoned and rumpled. He had no idea what had happened to his silk tie. Across the room he spied Colin Harris and his girl asleep on the chaise. Oliver Harris, looking uncomfortable, sleeping with his girl on his lap in the straight-back chair, his feet propped up on an oriental chest. Sebastian was able to maneuver his wrist to read the time on his Rolex. It was noon. Oh well, he thought, I didn't feel like going to class today anyway. He untangled himself from the girls and slowly stood up. A yawn escaped his lips as he stretched his arms above his head. Then he made his way to the breakfast room, where the smell of freshly brewed coffee beckoned. Upon entering the room he found Holmes, wearing a simple black suit and round spectacles, hovering over a tray of fresh fruit and warm croissants. "Ah, Lord Sebastian, good morning to you," Holmes greeted. "Good morning, how are you?" Sebastian asked while snagging a croissant. "Very well indeed," Holmes replied, handing Sebastian his coffee in a china cup along with 2 aspirins. Sebastian sat down at the table. A copy of News of the World lay open to page 2. "Quite a night you had there," Holmes commented, gesturing to the paper. "Yes," Sebastian agreed, glancing at the photo of Oliver, Colin, Alistair, and himself stumbling out of the Chinaman Club, and the girls draped on their arms. He closed the paper and downed his coffee. "I laid out your clothes in Prince Alistair's dressing room when you're ready to freshen up." Sebastian spent most of his time in Alistair's flat, so Holmes made sure to keep a few of Sebastian's items on hand when he slept overnight. "Thank you, Holmes. You take good care of me, and I don't deserve it." "Nonsense," he retorted. "You always were my favorite," he whispered with a wink. Sebastian laughed. "You're a good man." He grabbed the silver coffee carafe and headed for the bathroom. Sebastian stripped out of his smoke-laden clothes and turned on the double-headed spa shower. He took a last sip of coffee before he stepped into the marble enclosure. The hot water washed over him. He felt good and seemed to help his headache. He was nursing from a heavy night of drinking. When he finished showering, he dressed in a pair of starched khakis, a striped woven shirt, and a lightweight navy cashmere sweater. Sitting down at the dressing table, Sebastian picked up the ivory-handled brush and tamed his damp brown hair. The image of the young man in the mirror, with his fair skin and pink-blushed cheeks, was handsome. But something seemed foreign to him, almost as if he didn't recognize himself at all. He sat there for a long while, staring back at his reflection. How many other 17-year-old men would sell their soul to the devil to live the life he led? He shook his head in disgust and pushed away from the table. It was fun to kick back and blow off steam. That seemed to be all Sebastian had done this year. As the school year came to a close and the impending threat of Oxford University stood in the near future, all Sebastian wanted to do was forget. Forget about his life that was already planned out for him by his domineering mother, with little regard to his feelings. Forget that he was destined to be the president of Irons Electronics, whether he wanted a career in electronics or not. The ticking clock brought him back to reality. He glanced at it and realized an hour had passed. It was time to get the rest of the group up and ready. So that was a part of Chapter 1 from Life's What You Make It. If you enjoyed the book, please check it out. The links are below. And thanks again for watching.